all, welcome back to another NV Creations coin roll hunting video. This is part 3 of my 1 box of quarters hunt. This is box 2. I'm going to hunt through the third 10 rolls in this video. We can compare our points to box 1. In box 1 I found 12 San Francisco business strikes, which was absolutely amazing. So far, hunts 1 and 2 of this box, I haven't found a single coin of points. I found a lot to throw into collections, a lot of lower minted coins, but I don't have any of that on my point sheet. My points go 1 point for foreigns, 2 points for business strikes, 5 points for West Point mints, 10 for proofs, 20 for silver, and 50 for standing liberties. Let's see what we can find. Hopefully this hunt will be better than the last ones. The coins that I do find I post on my website at nvcreationsmontana.com. I use the CoinSnap app to give me a rough grade and a estimate on the value of the coins. I put them up at the lower value for sale. $1 shipping, super cheap, super easy. If you guys want to buy something that I find for your collection, and if you see something that you'd like, let me know. If I didn't put it up on the website, I can hang on to stuff for you and send it your way. You know, help somebody out if they're looking for something to fill their coin collection. So hopefully roll number 1 here will give us something good. I know for my collections I've been having a hard time finding Philadelphia's on the women's series up here in Montana, so hopefully I can pull something out of there that'll be nice to throw in my collection. Here's a 2012 L Youngq, I'm not sure how to pronounce that. That's going to be a lower minted coin. I hang on to all the coins from 2009 to 2012 because they only minted into the 30 millions on those, so it's pretty low mintage. Here's a San Antonio's Mission. This one could have the possibility of a West Point mint. It's going to be a Philly though. 69. Hopefully we can find something exciting. If you haven't in one of my previous videos, jot down what's your favorite coin design on these coins. I mean, there's so many different coin designs. It's got to be one that you like the most. Mine's the 2020 American Samoan National Park with the bats on it. I think that's just a cool coin. Here's a one I'll hang on to. I always keep the bicentennial quarters, put them in rolls and put them up on my website for sale if somebody wants to buy a roll of 1976 bicentennial quarters. It's not looking too good on this one. A couple from my personal collection, but that's about it. So we're going to put another goose egg on roll number 21. That's 21 rolls with no points. Hopefully we'll find something. We got quite a bit of this box left. There's got to be treasure hiding in there somewhere. So I'll get this cleaned up. We'll move on to roll number 2. Alright. Excuse me. So roll number 2. Let's hopefully it's got something lurking in there we can throw some points up on our score sheet and make this box worth looking through. I still have fun searching through these. You don't win at all of them. Just gotta keep on keeping on, as Joe Dirt would say. Hopefully there's something good in here. We'll start the bat off with Salt River Bay. That's going to be a Denver though. 67. Wisconsin, we can check for that extra leaf on there, but I'm not seeing one. So many errors on these coins. It's crazy what you can find. You really got to pay attention with quarters. That's why I like hunting them, because man, do they have just a lot of fun stuff to look for. There's a tough one to find around here. We got ourselves 2009 Puerto Rico. It's going to be a Denver. We'll set that aside, and like I said, I keep all of them that are 2009 to 2012. You never know what you're gonna find. Salt River Bay, we can check that one. It's gonna be a Denver. Unfortunately, haven't found a West Point Mint on camera. I have found one in the past. Here's another Salt River Bay, pretty beat up, so I'm guessing that's one actually going to be a filly. A few of the women's series. Let me know if you guys have come across any of the 2025 women's series yet. So, no points on this roll, but we're going to hang on to this here Puerto Rico. Get this cleaned up, and we can move on to roll number 3. Alright. Let's see what treasures we can find in roll number 3. Make it a little tough to do a edge check for silver, but we got it. I'm not seeing any. Let's see if we can't find a nice coin in here. It's Denver Salt River Bay. Flip that one the wrong direction. Here's a War in the Pacific. We can check that one for West Point Mint. Another Denver. There's another bicentennial. We'll hang on to that one. At least so far we've pulled something for the collection out of every roll. But nothing gonna make us rich. Here's 2010 Grand Canyon. We'll hang on to that as it's a lower minted as well. Delaware, we can check that for a speeding horse. I'm not seeing anything there. Here's a 2020 Weir Farm. We'll flip that one. It's going to be a Denver. Check the cross in the Delaware for a die chip on his hat. I'm not seeing one. There's another cross in the Delaware. We could check that hat. No die chip there. Another 2020 Weir Farm. We'll check that. Another Denver. So all we got out of that was our 2010 Grand Canyon low minted and another bicentennial. So still no points, but we're pulling coins out for our collection. Let's clean this up, move on to roll number 4. Alright, roll number 4. There's got to be something fun in here. Alright, we got some older looking coins, a lot of newer stuff, but everything to me looks clad. So unfortunately we're not going to find any silver in here, but maybe we'll find business strike or something. Denver. Marshbillings Rockefeller, we'll flip that over. It's going to be a Denver. Here's a Weir Farm, or Salt River Bay, sorry. It's going to be another Denver. Yet to find a Philadelphia Tuskegee Airman as well. Throw that in my book. Got an empty spot waiting for one. There's a 2020 Marshbillings Rockefeller. We'll flip that. That's going to have the Denver Mint mark on it. Pretty quiet hunt here. Just can't let it get your hopes down. Here's a Salt River Bay. We'll check that one. It's going to be a Denver. See, here's my favorite quarter right here. I think that's just a cool design. I always hang on to them. I got almost a full roll of them. And our final one will be a Salt River Bay. We'll take a look at that. And it's going to be a Philly. So no coins for points, but we did find our 2020 American Samoan that I'll hang on to. So roll 4, still big 0. This has been a pretty quiet box. Hopefully it'll pick up. So let's clean this up, move on to roll 5. Alright, roll number 5. Hopefully it's got something hidden in there that'll make us a little better feeling about this hunt. Hunting coins is like fishing. You never know if you're going to get something that's going to bite or if you're just going to be jiggling your line all day long. A lot of older looking stuff in this roll, but nothing jumping out for silver. Let's dig in. Hopefully we got something good in here. '19 American Memorial Park. We'll flip that over. It's going to be a Denver. Be nice if it was a West Point. It's always a good feeling when you flip a coin over and you see that W or an S on there. It's just rolls me on a high, like when I find a silver dime or something. '84, I'll hang on to that. Here's crossing the Delaware. We can check for a die chip. I'm not seeing one. Salt River Bay. Check that one. It's going to be a Denver. There's a 2011 Olympic. That's going to be another one of the lower minted ones. Throw that in our collection. American Memorial Park, but it's a Denver. Another 84. Two for my piggy bank. So no points on that one. We found our 2011 Olympic, low minted. A couple of 84s for my personal piggy bank. So roll 5, no points, but halfway through the hunt, we've got a little pile of nice coins to hang on to and see what we can gather on. So let's clean up and move on to 6. Alright, halfway through. Got a few coins to throw in the collections, but so far nothing of point value. Let's get this looked at. Got a pretty dirty one here. It's going to be a 96 though. Hard to tell if it had clad edges or not, but now that I further look at it, I can tell it is definitely clad, but doesn't hurt to look, right? 2020 Marsh Billings Rockefeller, we can check for a W. It's going to be another Denver. It's 2020 Tall Grass Prairie, we can check for the West Point Mint, Denver. .2020 Weir Farm, we can check that one. It's going to be a Denver. 2019 Lowell, check that one. Another Denver. A lot of potential West Point minted coins, but haven't come across one yet. .2020 Tall Grass Prairie, we can check that one. Another Denver. 2019 American Memorial Park. It'll be another Denver. Here's a 2011 Olympic, low mint. We'll hang on to that. So all we're going to pull out is that Olympic from 2011. No points on roll number 6, but still pulling stuff out for our collections, and we're having a good time. Let's see what roll number 7 has for us. Alright, let's dig into this roll here and see what it's got. Opened up pretty easy. See some newer stuff in there, shinies. Doesn't look like there's any silver. Maybe one of them shinies is a San Francisco business strike. Goes across in the Delaware, we can check. No die chipping on his hat. Still no fillies on the women's series. I think I've got one in my collection so far. '66. It's an older one. It's pretty nasty. San Antonio's Mission. Check that one. It's going to be a filly. There's Saw River Bay. We'll check that. It's going to be another Denver. There we go. We got a Montana. I hang on to all those, being from Montana. Got a pretty good pile of them so far. I do make rings out of the state quarters and national park quarters if anybody's looking for one. You can check out my website at nvcreationsmontana.com. I got a store there and you can pick one up. Sell a fair bit of them at the farmers markets and craft shows. There's a 2020 Weir Farm. We can check that. It's going to be another Denver though. Another Denver Tuskegee. So all I'm going to pull out of this one is the Montana quarter. No points, but still. So far we pulled something out of every roll to throw into the little collection here. Hopefully it'll pick up. So we'll move on to roll number 8. Alright, roll number 8 here. We got 3 rolls left in this hunt. Hopefully one of these rolls will give us a coin for the point. I mean, I haven't even found a Canadian quarter in this stuff, and I find a lot of Canadians living up in Montana. So far, no luck. Let's see what we can get. Or nothing worth mentioning. A few older coins, but a lot of nothing in this one so far. It's bound to be something good in here somewhere. 66, 65, I guess I spoke too soon about not having a roll skunk us, but we finally found our first roll of this hunt that has nothing for our collection in it. So I'll get this cleaned up and we'll move on to roll number 9. Alright, roll 9, 2 to go. It's interesting here. This one is, it's 1967, but it looks like somebody polished the reading off of it. That is interesting. Huh. Stuff you find, right? Some pretty dirty stuff in here. 67. It's close, but this is a pretty worn out roll here. This one, a lot of the coins were pretty mangled. I mean, this one, you look at his face and it's even been rubbed off. I wonder if this guy just sat there and rubbed it on sandpaper for a while. Interesting. Some of the coins you find, they're pretty nifty. 65. 67. Another Montana, so I'll hang on to that one. It's 2019 Memorial Park. We can flip that. We're going to get a Philly. Not a W or an S. Another Montana, so there's two Montanas in one roll. That's fun. Makes me feel good when I find that. A lot of 60s and 70s quarters in this roll. It's crazy how many 60s and 70s quarters. Another 67. It's 2020 American Samoa National Park. It's going to be a Denver, but I hang on to those as it's my favorite quarter design. Throw it into my collection. Another Denver Tuskegee Airman. What'd you look at that? Two American Samoans in one roll. It's going to be another Denver. San Antonio Missions to finish it off. We'll check that one. It's going to be a Denver. So no points, but I did find two American Samoans and two Montanans, so I got something for the collection on roll 9. Let's get this cleaned up and see what our final roll has in store for us. Alright, 10th and final roll of the hunt. Let's see what kind of oddities we can find in here. Not seeing any silver edges, so we'll see if there's something lurking in the middle for us to throw into our collection. I'm going to hang on to that because that is an Anime Wong Women's Series, and it's a Philly. Might have to check see if that, I know I have at least one Philly, but I'm missing most of the Phillies. It's going to be a Denver on that one. Crossing the Delaware, we can check. No die chipping. No In God We Rust on that Kansas. So far, nothing else jumping out at me here. $79. All I know is when you have a, there's a 66, when you have a hunt that doesn't give you any points, you just got to keep hunting. 2019. It's going to be a Denver though. Yeah, just keep on hunting. You might find one box is obviously better than the other. There's the 2012 Hawaiian Volcanoes. That's going to be a lower minted coin, so we'll hang on to that one. Another 2020 American Samoan. We'll check that one. It's going to be a Denver, but I'll hang on to it anyways. 2019 Wilderness of No Return. River of No Return. Denver. I was looking at the wilderness written on it when I said that. Our last one is Michigan. So nothing super exciting. I'm going to hang on to this Missouri because I think it's an upgrader for my book, even though it's pretty nasty. I did find a Philly women's quarter. Got a 2012 Hawaiian Volcano and another American Samoan for my collection. Once again, stumped on this box. No points. It's amazing. 30 rolls in. Not a single foreign coin. No business strikes. No West points. Nothing. Not even silver. But we'll keep at it. Still got 20 more rolls to go on this box. Hopefully there's got to be something good in here. So if you guys are interested on any of the coins I find, I've put them on my website at nvcreationsmontana.com if you want to check that out. I make coin jewelry too if you are interested. A lot of neat stuff on my website. Guys, hit that like button. Makes me feel good when I see them likes go up. Subscribe if you haven't. Share this with your friends. Get it out over the platform. Let me know if I'm doing something boring. Let me know if I can change something to make it funner. I appreciate all the views I get. I appreciate all the comments I get. Makes me feel good when people are talking back to me, even if they're running their mouths. They can do whatever they want. But on that note, folks, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.